that's a tremendous looking trophy.
Hello, welcome to Platinum Persuasion, one PlayStation podcast in the Oceanias. My name's Dylan Blunt. Joining me, as always, Ashley Hobley.
Hey, Dylan. Excited to be here. Concord week. Yeah. Excited. What a success.
So, I mean, obviously, you and Karen talked about Arcade Couch last week, but
yes.
Yeah. I mean, really, now that we're in the dome of PlayStation, how do you feel about this? Like the way this is played out with the game is currently in I would say a negative cloud spiral of social media impressions. I don't see anything posting positive about it anymore, which I did see during the beta. But now all I see is just people talking about the player count, the wait time to play it, etc., etc., etc. Post about the game being dead in a couple of months. Blah 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 blah. You know, I have found that part interesting because I did feel like during the beta time, it was like, oh man, this game's actually pretty fun. Like we were wrong to judge it, you know, like, and now it's just dead game.
Yeah, I think probably the discussion has been the player move to the player count, and then it's interesting. Like a lot of reviews bring up, like the sustainability of the game being a negative of it. Like, I don't know, should the sustainability of a game like this factor into how good the game actually is? I'm not sure.
Like it's
I can understand talking about it in a review, but should that affect the so the reader knows like maybe this game isn't going to be around for very long. But should that mean the game's gets a lower score because you believe it's not going to be around for a long time?
No, I mean, I feel like if the game's good, you can be like, man, this game's a 10 out of 10, best thing ever. I feel like no one's going to play it because it's been marketed terribly, but you know.
No, but I've seen some reviews like, oh, this was such a dumb marketing move, 4 out of 10. It's fun to play. I had a good time, but you know,
no, I don't think that makes sense personally,
but yeah, I mean, it just depends on how much effort Sony and how much time, marketing, that kind of stuff Sony wants to put into it, which seems to be very little based on the marketing beforehand.
The one thing I'll say, because Kieran on Arcade Couch was talking about the lack of marketing, as you were talking about, the one thing he gets wrong, which he gets a lot of things wrong, and I never get to, I usually get to correct him in person, you know what I mean? So he was saying about Helldivers being a massive success for Sony. I'd like to just clarify.
I don't think it was a massive success.
Well,
it was a surprise success.
It's been a success for Sony, which is, I guess, the thing. And I think he was saying, like, why can't they see that and, like, done something like that? Let's go. We talked about Helldivers a lot on here. That game has been a surprise success, of which Sony marketed fuck all as well.
That's not true. I feel like they had a trailer for that.
They marketed
every single showcase. I feel like they had some sort of showing of Helldivers at everything at least 6 months prior.
Yes, but that's also, I think, in part because that game got shown earlier and thus could get brought along more to state of plays. I think there's only been one state of
I mean, that's probably the biggest thing there. It just hasn't been enough state of players, you know.
Yeah. And other than that, I don't feel like Sony, like Helldivers was coming out. I don't recall seeing, like, there was not much of a push for that game. I do think they did, and this isn't a new thing for Sony, just to tie it into a game we'll talk about a little bit later in the show, Until Dawn. Until Dawn, I remember years and years ago when that game first came out, Sony did not market that game at all. I remember talking about it and being like, man, they really have not marketed this game at all. How weird. Now, the second all the reviews started dropping and everyone's like being very positive about it, suddenly
word of mouth.
There was a lot of, they also joined in with, suddenly they're like pushing it, but it was almost like they weren't sure.
And stuff,
yeah, they weren't sure if it was going to be good or not. And they just like held off participating until everyone was like, this game's good. Also, tweet out the video. You know what I mean? So this isn't a new thing for Sony. They have done this before.
I mean, that's fine when it's a single player game. When your experience is not altered anyway by whether a bunch of people are playing it at the same time or not. You
Yeah.
know?
So what do you reckon they do?
Whether Sony gets the $90 from a pre-order or $90 post-launch, they don't care at that point. But it does affect the experience for people who buy a live service game or multiplayer game, day one. So, I feel like they definitely could have done more to bring more attention to the game. But yeah, I guess we'll wait and see. Everybody's already counting down the days, or well, I'm sure there's like a counter to see how many days between launch and the game going free to play. There is.
What do you reckon they're going to do? What's the next step?
I don't know. I feel like maybe they'll run a season or two. I don't know how long they're planning to do a season or two, but before they switch, but maybe they'll do a season, then they'll put it on PS Plus Extra, and then we'll wait and see if that changes numbers.
Because this is the thing, right? I understand where they're coming from when it's like we decided to make the game like you have to buy it to pay it so that we can just focus on focus on the game itself rather than having to take resources away to
focus on monetization.
Monetization. Because then you have to have a team that are working on that consistently, right? I get it. However, it is one of these times of, are we so far down the rabbit hole of this sort of game and genre? Unless you're Call of Duty, you're just dead. Like, can you release any sort of competitive shooter not free to play in the year 2024? What game could release? What game, full stop, doesn't even have to be PlayStation, could anyone release in the year 2024 where people would happily pay to play the multiplayer on, other than Call of Duty? And it would be considered a glorified success. Can you think of any?
I mean, The Last of Us multiplayer, if that came out. I think the only way you could do it is if it was attached to a bigger IP. Like if Battlefront came out 3.
Battlefront 3?
Yeah.
Like Star Wars?
Star Wars, yeah.
Yeah.
I think people would pay. That's the right franchise, right? Battlefront?
Yeah. Battleborn is the...
Yeah. The OG. The one everyone's chasing. Yeah, I think a massive IP, people would be willing to fork out the money.
But let's remember, Star Wars, you had to pay for it. They still put a bunch of loot boxy stuff in it. And
because of the EA.
Yeah, because it's EA, and everyone hated it.
Yeah.
I've always stood by that game. Was quite a lot of fun, and I actually played a fair bit of it, and I always enjoyed playing the multiplayer. Even if the progression system in it was arse. Like it was this free-to-play janky crap on top of a game I'd already paid money for. And I paid for a season pass for. Like, and then they're still trying to open all these caches and shit. I'm like, fuck off. Yeah. Gears of War, is there anyone else thinking? I know Gears of War is a franchise that people play for the single player, but it's also a franchise
I think co-op games are different.
Yeah, but it's competitive.
Because it's PvE.
No, it's PvE or PvP. It does PvP as well. Is it both?
PvE mainly. People are in it for the campaign.
They had an esport. They had a Gears of War esport.
No, they didn't. Xbox and esports? I don't think so.
All right. Nothing that would happen. Definitely not.
No.
Xbox and esports, never a thing.
Yeah. You know.
Other than that, like, yeah. And how's Sony now looking at the launch of this game? And let's be real. Also, this isn't just a video game thing. We now live in a world where success is the first week. You know what I mean? Like, is this game doing well in its first week? Okay, it's not. It's dead to me now. Is this movie doing well at the box office in the first week? No, it's not. It's dead to me now. Was the Acolyte season 1 success? No. Okay, it's dead to me now. You know, so that's the world we live in. So how does Sony look at it? 17 other free-to-play, multiplayer games, whatever their thing is. And what are they doing with them? Are they just cancelling them all at this point?
Don't know.
I'm just, I don't know. All right, let's get into some non-Concord news.
I will say, I just went to PSN profiles because I wanted to see if anybody's got the platinum in Concord yet. Nobody's got the platinum. No. Okay. Pretty difficult. You need to get 50 kills with a lot of the characters. You need to get everybody up to level 10. You need to get you need to play 100 games. But they could be any games. Yeah. And win 100 games. That's even,
get good.
You got to bring your reputation up to level 100, I think I read.
Don't know what that means.
Like your overall level score.
Oh, yeah, overall, right, gotcha.
Yeah. Reputation. But I think the hardest one is you need to kill 5 people in a row. 5 eliminations in a row.
I mean, surely, if you get good at one character, between that and winning 100 games.
Well, a lot of people have got 95% done, so someone's going to crack it.
Click on one of them. What are they missing? That's the question. Hold on, let me try to find it. I don't know if you know how to use the website.
No. So 49. Oh, he's missing level 100, complete 10 weekly jobs, and I guess the plat.
Is this the BK
yep.
Randy?
Yep.
Shout outs. Yeah, so, well, I mean, reach level 100. Okay, makes sense. No one's got that. Just time thing, right? So even if this person's playing the game consistently since launch, time. Free gunner reputation level 100. Oh, that's sorry.
Yeah.
Complete 10 weekly jobs. Maybe they're just, like, he's at 5 out of 10. Is there 5 weekly jobs?
Yeah, there's 5 weekly jobs. So next week.
So literally cannot until.
Yeah.
And then so I reckon this person will have the platinum very soon, I reckon.
Yeah. We'll say it's listed number 12 out of the most popular games right now. So
this is the thing I would think, because I said this in one of our chats, right? Where everyone started sharing I was like, I know the Steam numbers are shit. I get that. I never thought the game was going to be a mainly, like, the Steam, the PC player base is just an add-on. Like, are people playing it on PlayStation? Are people enjoying it there? I don't know. I mean, I literally don't know. I see everyone sharing and shit talking it on Steam. I see Kieran being like, "Oh, the game's trash. It's stuff." I see people posting these screenshots of the wait times. It's always on PC. I don't know anyone that's playing it on PlayStation though. You and I both have it. Haven't even fucking turned it on, so we're part of the problem. That said, I've been sick. I've got an excuse. What's yours?
You're talking to me?
Yeah, I'm talking to you. Who the fuck else am I talking to? Who else is on this podcast?
I thought you were talking to the audience.
What are you talking about? I thought you were talking
to the audience.
What are you talking about?
I put like a couple hours in.
Have you? Okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you.
It's fun.
Yeah. Is it like the beta? But
it's like the beta,
but full game.
But full game. There's some time trial things, like practice round things you can do to get good. With leaderboards and shit, so maybe people get super hooked on that. So, nice. I mean, I've only timed out once out of like 10, 12 games, so it hasn't been too bad so far.
Now, since you brought up trophies, before I go into the news I was going to talk about, I just realized as I'm looking here, the Vampire Survivors trophies are up.
Yes.
Which looks like the achievement list to me, which is fine. But also just loving the fact that this game is launching with 22 DLC packs.
Yeah, I looked at not going into it, but the larger list, and it's like 144 bronze trophies.
Yeah. Fucking hell. Like, I can't. Yeah, wild. There's a lot of trophies here.
Man,
so funny.
I love the plat Cosmic Delight. Where was the vampire again?
Yeah. Yet to be found. That's it. I'm gonna say this is a hard platinum. Also, I just don't think this is.
I mean, it's probably just time consuming more than anything else.
Very time. I mean, I felt like I put a decent chunk of time in on the Xbox, and I still fucking half these things I haven't seen. Like, Some of the secrets I've definitely gotten, whatever else I've unlocked, like. But I'm looking at some of this stuff, going, "What the fuck is that? Like, where? Where is this?" Some of this is a lot of this is just time consuming. Like, but even when you read stuff, like people who've never played this game will read something like defeat a total of 5,000 enemies. It's like, mate, you'll get that fast. Don't worry about that. Like, defeat 3,000 skeletons. That's not an easy problem. That's not.
It's a reason it's a bronze.
Yeah, it's the. What I like, see the final fireworks. I'm like, I have no idea what the context, like where that is. Like, I remember where the Skulls of Morbane is. I think I remember where this other reach level 80 in Gallow Tower. I don't know if I ever got to level 80 in the tower. Anyway, looking forward to that coming out. We'll buy it again because it's worth it. And I'm like, oh, the best use of my PlayStation all year playing. Fucking this game, it looks like ass. Good shit. It'll be a good PlayStation Portal game, I think. In bed, it'll be. We just play one game. Oh, let me just play one more game. Oh, let me just play one more game. Fuck. Now I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed and it's work tomorrow. Fuck. That's how that'll play out. But there you go. All right, PlayStation Plus games for what month is it? September. Sorry, September. Yep. Time. Oh my god, time. Up. Here is what you can look forward to playing on September 3rd when they're all available. Quidditch Champions, of which they've apparently included the meme Hagrid face I saw online today from the PS1 Harry Potter game. So good for them. MLB The Show 24, Little Nightmares 2. Yeah, I mean, that's the 3 games. So I don't know why I said it that way.
Why did you say it like...
I don't know.
There was going to be more.
Yeah. So just to tease everyone in case they thought there might be more. Anything in there for you?
I mean, MLB The Show is pretty fun, you know? Hitting baseballs, smack them all over the place.
Yep.
Something like that. Is Little Nightmares co-op or is that a single player game?
No, it's co-op.
Yeah.
That's the co-op. First one was single player, second one's co-op.
Maybe a little early if they could have waited till October, but...
Well, October.
You can leave it because that's the horror month, right?
It's everyone's horror month. Ash.
No. We need to keep all the horror stuff in one month.
You looking forward to watching Terrifier 3 for Christmas this year?
No, we already said it's too early.
It comes out October 10th.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Christmas movies don't start till November 1st.
Okay.
You got to respect the horror month of October.
Okay. Yeah, I never played Little Nightmares 2, so maybe that.
Smart with them showing off Little Nightmares 3 at Gamescom this week.
Expo thing, yeah. Which, again, I want to say, like, I just think it's very funny that Little Nightmares 3 just looks so, like, to me at least, especially its position in that show, I just found it hilarious. It looks so tame compared to that other game. Which I can't remember the name of. The Supermassive Little Nightmares 3 looks worse than the new game from the makers of Little Nightmares 2. That's what I mean. Sorry, I was saying it backwards, yeah. So the new Little Nightmares 3 looked scarier than that new game is what I thought.
Wait.
So
Little Nightmares 3 is the one you like more.
Which one was shown first in the conference?
I can't remember.
Man. I'm pretty sure it's Little Nightmares 3. I think. I don't know. Whatever. Games are blurred.
I think you preferred the one from the team from memory.
All I know is they showed one. They had a trailer. It had some creepy creatures and designs and stuff. I was like, oh, that's cool. And then they proceeded to show...
So it was Reanimal's the one from the makers of the first 2 Little Nightmares.
Yeah, that one. And then they showed Little Nightmares 3 later by Supermassive, which looked tame. Yeah?
Yep, that's the order of
events. There you go. Reanimals.
Okay, Reanimal.
Looked scarier. With them Reanimal designs. PlayStation PS5 Pro design details look to have leaked. Right, press start. Why are you shaking your head?
Because PlayStation thought they could fuck us, but by leaking this news, on a Thursday. But Dylan got sick, so we're recording super late this week.
Correct. I was actually laughing about that. Like that when I was like, oh man, I think we have to like push the show, and then I was like, nah, push it another day. I'm still feeling like shit. And then the more each day we pushed it, it was like right at the end of the day when we would have been recording, like another story got added to my show notes. I was like, I'd like
we'll
3
just drop whenever we
stories.
want.
Yeah, I had like 3 stories saved up from like the last 12 days or whatever, 11 days. And then the last couple of days are just like, here, take all this shit. Dell Labs Bilby Kun looks to have just leaked the first PS5 Pro details ahead of the rumored September announcement. The known leaker claims to have seen the packaging for the PS5 Pro, which will carry on the PS5 Slim design without the iconic PS5 wings. It'll apparently be a little bit thicker than the PS5 Slim, and will also have 3 stripes rather than the one on the PS5 Slim, similar to the design of the PS4 Pro. It's claimed the console will be named PS5 Pro. And the version that they saw at the very least won't come with a disc drive, which again isn't a huge surprise given that you can buy a disc drive separately for the PS5. As far as the DualSense controller goes, it seems as though it'll be the exact same one in the box, at least from a design point of view, and there's still 2 USB-C ports on the front of the PlayStation. It said that the PS5 Pro is set to be announced in early September and is set to be released this year. Add on to this story from Push Square, rumor PS5 Pro was allegedly being talked about openly at Gamescom. Enough about the PS5 leak now for us to know it's coming. Of course, the current Sony climate means it won't tell us about the system until its last possible second, probably unexpectedly in the most matter-of-fact way possible during a random Tuesday lunchtime. Anyway, it sounds like the developers are expecting it to be unveiled imminently. As we've been reiterating for a little while now, the platform holder didn't suddenly decide to return to Tokyo Game Show this year on a whim. Here's the rumor then. Italian outlet Multiplayer said on Twitch stream that was told directly by Studio Gamescom this week the console is coming soon. This story was supported by WCCF Tech, which reports an unnamed team told them it received specs for the supercharged system and it will run Unreal Engine 5 much better than the current PS5 console. WCCF Tech adds that the studio it spoke to was a quote-unquote not big one. Take that, fuckers. So it's not summarizing from this scenario that a lot of developers currently have access to the PS5 Pro and not just major first-party teams like Naughty Dog or Sucker Punch. Yep. Of course, it's probably worth mentioning that PS4 Pro was unveiled September 7th ahead of a November 10th launch date. Yep.
The smoke just keeps
smoking.
Keeps growing.
Smoke grows, is what you're saying.
Yeah, sure. It's getting denser.
Do you reckon they announced this not at TGS or actually at TGS?
I feel like the rumor is there's going to be a state of play in the not too distant future.
Prior to TGS?
I think so.
Yeah.
And they'll just tack it in there. So guess what? PS5 Pro, pre-order now. Or whenever your digital retailer or
your
console retailer can. Your console retailer can.
You can't actually get the console. You pre-order it digitally to get it digitally. It's not a real thing at all.
Yeah. I mean, that makes more sense.
It's just an NFT. Yeah, I think that sort of makes sense if they do like in either next week or the week after. I would say it's state of play. Announce this TGS. They then have
They have it
there
on display.
Yeah, that's what makes sense, right? Whereas if they wait, they announce it like it's got to be more secretive. You can't like openly have the booth ready. Yeah, but it's like if you announce it, TGS gets set up. They've got Death Stranding there being shown off on the Pro. They can show how it plays better on that as a selling point. I think all of that makes sense to me anyway.
Yeah, and TGS is until the end of the month, so
yeah, TGS is end of September. So that's why I was thinking like if they announce it either next week or the week after, and then they've still got like a week or two between, depending on if they announce it next week or the week after. Which is sort of my brain then goes, probably expect it next week, early September.
It'll probably be next Thursday after.
Yeah.
To fuck us.
Just to fuck us. That's right. I mean, even though they announced a PS5 Pro, it's not even like enough bigger news to crawl this out of a bi-weekly schedule, because it would just be, hey Ash, do you see the big news? And there's the PS5 Pro. I'm excited to pre-order one. Do you like the specs? And you'll be like, I don't give a fuck.
What? More frames?
More
Whatever.
frames. They're not real things. Yeah.
Unless it's the same price as a PS5 Pro. Yeah.
If it was the same price, are you going to upgrade? Is that what you're saying?
And I could trade mine in for
the exact same amount of money.
Yes.
So you could just upgrade for free. You live in a dream world. Something you've been using for 4 or 5 years. Yeah. Just upgrade that sucker for free.
Let me dream, Dylan. Let me dream.
Yeah. You can dream all you want.
They can keep the extra 2 gigabytes hard drive space.
2 gigabytes. Is that all you put in there? Not 2 terabytes, just 2 gigabytes?
Fucking hell.
Fucking hell. There's no wonder you haven't trouble playing and storing games. You barely got enough for a fucking Call of Duty shader on that.
Yeah.
Jesus. PlayStation Lifestyle rates PlayStation remain best place to play by partnering with more global devs. After successful endeavors in countries like China and South Korea, Sony Interactive Entertainment is looking to budding PlayStation devs in the Middle East and North Africa. The company has announced its new MENAHERO project, through which it will support small devs in the region as part of its efforts to ensure that PlayStation remains the best place to play. The MENAHERO project will support developers and studios in Saudi Arabia, United Arab Emirates, Bahrain, Iraq, Kuwait, Oman, Qatar, Jordan, Egypt, Morocco.
The most common one you also got.
Yeah, Egypt. What the fuck is that? Tunisia? Tennessee. Sony will provide upcoming devs with mentorship, training, and financial support. Quote, the Hero Project Incubator Program aims to identify promising local developers and support them in bringing compelling gaming experiences to global gaming communities. As part of our evolving journey to ensure that PlayStation remains the best place to play, we're committed to developing regional incubator programs capable of identifying new and diverse developers worldwide. End quote. Yeah, good shit. I mean, obviously, a bunch of the games from China Hero Project, awesome. The India Hero Project they announced, none of that stuff's come out yet. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
But so far, everything out of these little projects where Sony goes into a country and goes, have some money. Let us help you with not publishing, but I guess
development.
Yeah, we'll kick in a little bit of money and then promote your game to some stuff we like. It's cool. It's just, I don't know. Sometimes I do feel like like it should be cooler or more talked about, but it's not. I guess is where I'm. But then I'm like, if they show it in a state of play, people are like, "Where's Hollow Knight? Where's Uncharted 7?"
I think once there is like one major hit, obviously we love Fist. It was a great game. But something that kind of breaks out and is like competitive in the Game of the Year discussion, I think then people will take this a little bit more seriously.
Wasn't it? Or am I dreaming? What the fuck was the other one? I can't remember. Hold on. Let's go back to the list. China Hero Project. Blah. Fist, yep, good shit. Anno Mutated, good shit. Games currently in production. No, I think I must be thinking of like the Godslayer or something. Like I was like, wasn't there like a really big game that came out of it? But no, probably hasn't released yet. All right. where I'm up to. PS Stars system is changing, but not for the better, writes PlayStation Lifestyle. Sony has announced that the PS Stars point system is changing. PlayStation sent out emails earlier this evening informing members that starting October 2024, their points will expire much sooner, and effective March 2025, certain purchases will no longer be eligible for points. Yikes. Upcoming changes to the PS Star point system explained. According to the email we received, any points earned on or after October 24th, 2024 will expire within 12 months if not used. Previously, PS Stars would allow members to accumulate points for up to 24 months. In simple words, if you don't spend your points within a 12-month period, you lose them for good. This will be an issue for those who don't regularly make purchases from the PS Store and tend to rack up points slowly. I advise claiming PS Store credit as soon as you can, and if you still have balance left over with expiry date approaching, splash the remainder on digital collectibles. Something is better than nothing. The second change, effective March 1st, 2025, makes all subscription purchases and renewables, including PlayStation Plus, ineligible to earn points. This is particularly irked PS Plus members because buying/renewing subscriptions is the most common way to earn points. On October 24th, PS Star users will be prompted to accept Sony's new terms and conditions via the PS app and web if they want to maintain their membership. The one thing they don't have in this article, but it was a little thing they've done since this, is Sony has now been like, yeah, we get your complaints. They've added a little thing that when you look on app, it now tells you if your points are expiring this month. So when you look at your points total at the top of the screen, it'll say 0 points expiring this month or 1,264 points expiring this month. Yeah, it's a bit shit.
Yep.
I mean, I know there's like, I doubt the thing is, I refuse to believe most people give two fucks about PlayStation.
Yeah. What do you think?
Points.
What do you think the reason is? Do you think it's too many people have been exploiting it in some way, or because
I guess they're just like maybe they looked at it because when did this launch? About 2 years ago, right?
Yeah.
So they looked at it 2 years. Barely anyone used the points. And if they did, it was all probably in the last couple of months as people had slowly racked up enough points to redeem a $30 PSN gift card or something. And they were like, no, we want you to spend them quicker than that.
Maybe, yeah. I don't know.
As for the changing it so you PS Plus points no longer require, that's just a dog move, I think. That's we want you to spend money on things, but not that. That's not that one. That one doesn't count.
Yeah, that's not important.
So, I mean, I like always go on here every couple of weeks, usually when it randomly comes up, and I click and activate all these things, challenges, whatever, randomly get some. I've earned enough that I brought a PSN $30 thing on here at some point between purchases and stuff.
Yeah.
And I think that's the only thing I've used my points on. Is at some point I had over 7,500 and I redeemed $30 PSN gift card. And I was like, cool. There you go. And I think that came because I brought like $51 cheap trophy games at some stage.
That makes sense.
And then they were like, here's a bunch of points because each purchase was points.
Makes a lot of sense.
But how many points you got?
Right now, I have 3,700. So I could get an $8 gift card. I can get an $8 gift card for 2,000 points. Or I can buy 300 Genesis crystals in Genshin Impact for 1,250 points.
You can buy this Helldivers virtual currency.
Can I?
Yep.
It's not listed on my thing.
Oh, mine says Helldivers to 375 super credits for 1,250 points.
I can get a bunch of these enamel pin collectibles.
Yeah.
Ooh, there's a free one in there. Community challenge, days of play.
Oh yeah, I just saw that. Grab that, eh? I'm at 5,157 points.
Yeah.
I will also say, as for the like their little, the collectible chamber thing, whatever you want to call it, Like mine's full, right? I've got a full case, and I might have some other cool things. Who knows? I might care about this more. It's not a very simple and easy system to use.
Adjust.
No. Like if I click on something and say, I want to change that to something, you have the option to view it, remove it. All right, you remove it. Then you got to click on it again and you can scroll through everything. You can't like set it to sort by, like let's say you have a bunch and you're like, I want to find that one I just got. Then you have to scroll through and find it again. Like the second you start getting more than 5, it just becomes a bit of a shitty system. And also I feel like how many can you have on display? Like 9?
12.
12?
There's four rows, right?
Yeah, 6. Yeah, 12. So I feel like like this now being 2 years old, I nearly feel like there should be not extended, because then you wouldn't be able to fit them all on one page, but imagine you could like swipe right and there's some more shelves, you know? I nearly feel like they should have a second, because there's people out there that I'm sure they have fuck tons. Like imagine all the ones they add like 4 or 5 a month.
Do people actually care? Yeah.
There has to be at least 5 people. Surely at least 5 people out there. All right, the Until Dawn remaster has a release date along with new comparison trailer. Sony press start writes, PlayStation revealed the release date for the upcoming PS5 and PC version of the 2015 hit horror title Until Dawn, announcing that the newly enhanced version of the game arrives on October 4th. Is that okay? Is that October 4th okay for Until Dawn?
Yeah, it's in October.
Okay.
And it's smart. Get it in early in the month, you know? Get your horror fix early, then you don't have to do it anymore.
Is that what you're going to do? You're just going to...
No.
Do you plan on getting your horror fix early and then...
Yeah, my horror fix is my rewatch of Shaun of the Dead, and then I'm good for the month.
That is not a thing. Along with the date reveal, a new trailer has also released that explores the differences in this rebuilt experience, showing off direct comparisons between the old and new game that are generally quite impressive. Running in Unreal Engine 5, the new Until Dawn benefits from entirely overhauled visuals and even includes revised cinematography with new motion control and a reworked prologue, more immersive audio design, and completely new camera mechanic. There are also new collectibles to find and more accessibility and usability settings for players to use. There's also a heap more detail over the PlayStation blog, so go read it over there. Sony is seemingly going all in on the Until Dawn IP with production, however, it already begun on the film adaptation. Blah 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 blah. Yeah, I mean, here's the thing. Like, you watch the trailer and they did a side by shot of the characters. They're like, here's a new one's old one. Character models, I'm like, yeah, they look slightly better. I don't think the old ones look bad though. Is the other thing. I do think the lighting is a huge improvement. That would be my biggest takeaway. Like there are several scenes where I think there's one in there they show like there's this scene with them like sitting around the candle and it's just got like this insane like blooming effect that's happening where like the entire screen is like super orange, but in the new version it's like more controlled. It just looks like darker because of it and stuff. Like so I think that was my takeaway. All of the lighting throughout the entire game, especially like even when they're running around with lamps and whatever else, all of that looks really cool. Character models, I will say, because when I announced this, I was like, really, how much more can you improve? Like, what's the big deal? I do see like it is a lot more improved than I thought they would go to the effort or could really get out of it. But I'm still just like, I don't know if I don't know if it mattered. Like, did it need it? I guess is my.
Does any remaster need it?
No, but I'm like, and here's the thing: this game coming out, and everyone will be like, "Well, the high selling games again." I'll be like, "Oh, whatever."
There'll be a bunch of streams.
Yeah, that's. I guess that's the thing I forget. Like, it's a content game, right?
Yeah, it's going to do massive numbers,
and it's never been on PC before, so
yeah. Then everybody's going to mod all the characters to be Thomas the Tank Engine. All the characters will be different tank engines. See which one ends. Which one gets the end?
Thank God. All right, and finally, in the video game news, and before we jump into one PlayStation production story, biggest news of the week, Ash. Argonaut Games, the developer behind the original Croc game, has revealed that studio's back, and their first game is Croc: The Legend of the Gobbos remaster The game will be coming to consoles and PC later this year, and the first trailer for the remaster being shown off this morning as well. It includes high definition graphics, updated modern control mechanics, as well as the addition of Croctopedia, which is a digital museum containing long lost development assets for the game. All right, Shannon over at Press Start. I'll tell you what, I saw this morning when I woke up. I've got to be honest, I thought it was a joke. Like, I feel like I've joked about a Croc remake or remaster on this podcast. Like, especially in the early days. I remember joking about it a lot. Like, it was sort of a meme. And then when I saw it this morning, I was like, oh, hey, very funny. There's no way that actually, like, someone's remaking that game. And I didn't recognize the developer's name at all, so I just thought, I was like, this, like, what's this? This is a bit. And then seeing it was the original devs, I was like, oh, okay. Sure. That said, who the fuck's buying this? That is my only question. Now, I say that with a I'll buy it. I'll play it. Obviously.
You'll play any weird remaster game, you know. You're all about that medieval thing that, you know, nobody played. You know, so I never played Croc because based on the trailer, it just looks like PS1's version of Banjo-Kazooie.
Well, yes,
and I have Banjo-Kazooie, so.
Yeah, but you didn't have the Croc Legend of Gobbo's theme song.
I mean, the Banjo-Kazooie music is pretty well regarded.
Nah, it's not. You're an idiot. I'll play it, but really, this is my really. Who the fuck is buying this?
30-somethings who have a massive nostalgia boner for.
So other than people my age plus with nostalgia boners, who the fuck is buying this? No one. Thank you. That's what I thought.
But that audience is pretty big, so
it's true.
They got all the Spyros and the Crash Bandicoots sold. So
yeah, I wonder if that was the. I'll tell you the one thing I want to know. The Croc controlled like a tank. Like, I mean, PS1 game, nearly old games controlled like a tank back then. That is my. If I can handle it, not looking super
impressive,
magical, whatever. I can go for the. But my God, if my boy controls like he looks, you know, like I understand he's got that thick tail and that big nose, but like holy shit, just fucking learn to walk. It's like I just cannot. Like I remember picture myself being as a kid, and I think they fixed it a little bit because Croc 2, I remember from memory, Croc 2 was easier to control. So I don't know if they fixed the controls there, but the first game it was like fucking, you know, like fucking.
Dylan's moving like a robot, just so.
Yeah, thank you for explaining that.
Yep.
All right, finally this week, PlayStation Productions news. A little bit, let's just end on a sound note, but fuck it. Eurogamer writes, Abby actress Caitlin Dever protected by extra security while filming Last of Us Season 2. The actress portraying Abby Anderson in the second season of HBO's Last of Us adaptation required extra security while filming. This comes from fellow castmate Isabella Maceed, who was playing Dina in the show, speaking with Josh Horowitz on Happy, Sad, Confused. Every day. Maceed discussed the strong emotions the series can speak within. Some of them have resulted in volatile reactions from so-called fans. When Horowitz said he was concerned about Dever and the toxicity she'll receive through proxy of being Abby, Maceed stated, quote, so that there are so many strange people who generally hate the character. This is despite her being completely fictional, and because of this, Dever was required to have extra security during the filming of the second season. Whilst not giving away any spoilers as to why this character is being met with so much hatred, Maceed said Dever is, quote, such a cool person who just does not get fazed by things and is already deserving of an Emmy for her portrayal. Caitlin said, I'm excited to see people, I am so excited for people to see how incredibly well Bella Ramsey, who plays Ellie, and Caitlin did on this. I'm so excited. How do you feel about the fact we live in a world? Because, like, let's just boil this down. We live in a world where a video game was made. There was a character introduced. Character does something to character that character loves. I mean, fuck it. This is PlayStation. Like, Abby kills Joel. Spoilers. Abby kills Joel. Then that character gets so much hate that then those people target Laura Bailey with online harassment because she played the character. And now because of that, in the history books, then when adapting this, that they've had to hire extra security for an actress portraying a character in the show. And that's a real thing that's happened. And we're all sitting around going, well, that's like kind of weird, but normal, apparently.
Yeah, the world is fucked.
like I cannot.
It's sad that there are not enough therapists out there for all these people who desperately need it. You know?
Yeah, I mean that's kind of a good way of putting it because I when I saw this last week or whatever the fuck I saved it, I was like, that is.
Hopefully, it was very much precautionary, and it was because random
there's
dickheads were making.
She didn't say anything about, but
she's not saying like there were instances where they were required on set. You know, someone tried to hit her with a golf club or something. You know.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if someone did. I guess.
I mean, yeah, I would not be surprised if that story broke or was told in the lead up to the show coming out.
Like I get this,
but hopefully that was not the case.
Like there are mentally unwell people out there, and they need help. And that's the
unfortunately, the help they're getting is what right-wing conspiracists or you know.
The problem is also, I think they all
men's advocates.
They all contrivate. Yeah. They like meet on 4chan. And they all like sort of help each other feel like their
fine
insane ideas are normal. And obviously I'm not saying anything crazy because this is the same place that leads to like school shootings and shit. But it's also the same place that like leads to like this world of like harassment stuff where they're like, yeah, we'll fuck it.
This will make a difference. This will fill the dark part of my soul.
This will change the world.
This will make me feel better.
I can sleep.
Solve all my problems.
Yeah. Insane. Yeah. I couldn't like it's just I think it's just it does say a lot to me about like the world we live in. That story was just like a shrug of makes sense. It's like, does it though? Like really it doesn't. Like look, I understand that everyone's going, they're not a big deal. Because it's such a normal thing that apparently we live in now. But I'm like, that is so weird to me that like in any other world, a story like that should be like, what? What do you mean? That's not normal. Anyway, here we are.
Yeah.
All right.
To put it on a slightly more interesting, not terrible tone. What do you think? You didn't get to talk about it on Oka Couch. What did you think of Secret Level? Obviously, there's a couple of PlayStation tie-ins set to be part of that project.
I'm going to hold all opinions until I've seen it. I think that Blur has done some of my favorite video game trailer things ever, full stop. Like, obviously, a lot of Star Wars Old Republic stuff and whatever else. I haven't watched the Netflix thing that they did, so I don't.
Love, Death, and Robots,
yeah. I haven't watched Love, Death, and Robots, so I can't really say shit. I think that Tim Miller's on-stage passion, obviously with him, like, breaking down, crying, like, several times and just struggling to get through it, I think it was very, just showed the kind of person he is, I guess, passion he has for this, which was nice. I'm just going to have to see if, I'm just hoping for more substance than it looks cool, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like their trailers that I love are a lot of it just looks cool, but that's fine because it's sort of what it just
like
needs to be.
A couple of minutes, yeah.
Yeah, but when we're going for, and I know these are one episode things, like 15, 20 minutes, whatever the fuck they're supposed to be. But I'm like, I still need, like, I've seen short films hit substance in 10, 15 minutes. And that's what I'm looking for, some form of substance.
Yeah.
I know the trailer didn't say I won't get that, but it didn't say I will either. So that's how I feel. I think it's very weird. PlayStation's is like just PlayStation also, but
yeah, I think they're maybe keeping things a little bit secret, close to the chest. It turns out it's actually their ones are PlayStation All Stars.
Well, yeah, that could be funny. Well, I mean, I think the one I'm most excited for actually is if I had to pick one, would probably be the Sifu one, to be honest. Just because, like, I really
you can see the story in your mind. You can see how that could play out as a cool story.
Oh,
thing, yeah,
easily. And I think 15 minutes, between 15 minutes and 30 minutes, you could tell that you could keep in some of the emotion behind that game, like the emotional kickoff to it, what causes it. You could get to the finish with the showdown with the boss at the end, and you could obviously have him like die and age up and show the will to push throughout that. Like I think it sort of fits perfectly by being able to tell this like story of someone who's willing to just keep going, you know, because that's something you can sort of tell in that medium. I think the rest I'm like, I don't know, like some of the properties, I don't know. We shall see. But I'm going to watch it, obviously. I'm going to watch it. Yeah. All right, that'll do it for this week's episode of Platinum Explosion. Of course, let us know any comments, questions, concerns you've had on anything we talked about this week. Maybe State of Play next week. Probably the week after, if not. I would say it's definitely going to happen between this episode and the next one, though. If I was a betting man, that's where
it'll be right after the next one comes out.
No, well, fuck, that would annoy me so much if it was. That would actually drive me up the wall. It's fortnightly, cunts. Like, it is not that hard to look at when we post the episode. It's fortnightly now. Just fucking announce it. Anyway, thank you. Let us know your comments, questions. You can find us on Twitter, explosionnetwork.com/Twitter. You can find us on Discord, explosionnetwork.com/Discord. If you want to support the show, you can do that by heading on over to our Ko-fi page, explosionnetwork.com/support. Buy us a Ko-fi over there. And until next episode, remember, every trophy counts.